Obstructive sleep apnea, also called OSA or sleep apnea for short, is a very common illness that 50% of people who have it don't realize that they have it. So, our goal is to help people identify that they have obstructive sleep apnea. People who should be concerned or thinking about, is this something I could have, are people who are obese, as it is more common in people who are overweight, although regular weight people can have it too. People who snore or gasp in their sleep. So, if your partner who sleeps next to you is constantly kicking or nudging you all night because you're getting a little too loud snoring, that is definitely something that we would want to know. Or if you feel sleepy all day long, if you sit still long enough and feel like you could nod off, if you sleep for 8 hours and wake up feeling just as tired as before you went to bed, these are things that may show that although you're laying there for 8 hours, you're not actually getting restorative sleep. What happens in obstructive sleep apnea is that people fall asleep, but they stop breathing or hold their breath throughout the night, every time making them come to almost awake so that they can catch their breath. So throughout the night, people are constantly waking up. You don't realize it, but you come to almost awake, and then you have to restart your entire sleep cycle. This means you never get a good night's rest. So if you're snoring or gasping in your sleep, you're overweight, you're feeling sleepy or tired all day long, talk to your provider so that we can do a questionnaire to see if you might be a person who needs tested for obstructive sleep apnea. To do the testing, we try to make it as simple as possible. We have a home sleep study that goes home with you. So you don't have to go to one of those sleep labs and sleep at a pulmonary office overnight, but instead, we're going to give you a machine. We'll show you how to use the machine, and it sits on your head as you sleep that night. It's going to register what your heart rate is, whether you're breathing or not, what your oxygen level is, how your sleep pattern is, and a number of other things that will then, when you bring the machine back the next day, we download the information and get it to your provider. We'll schedule you an appointment to come in and review all the results so that we can let you know a little bit about how your sleep is and whether you have any issues related to your sleep. If so, then we will talk with you. Your provider will speak with you about what your options are to get those things treated. If you are not getting a good night's sleep because of obstructive sleep apnea or other reasons, this makes a profound impact on your health overall. We have found that people who have obstructive sleep apnea are less likely to control their diabetes, less likely to control their blood pressure, more likely to have depression or other mental illness because their brain is always fatigued, have mental issues with clarity where you feel like you're in a brain fog all day, or you just can't remember things. We've also found that it increases the risk of lots of other issues with your heart, like increasing skipped beats or atrial fibrillation and congestive heart failure. So if we don't catch that you have obstructive sleep apnea, we're putting you at risk of a lot of other things going wrong.